Well, I'm not sure we're recording because I dropped my camera and broke the screen. So I'm not sure if I'm recording or not, but we were on our way to the Great House. You can see those two people at the top. It's a Chacaon ritualistic site called Chimney Rock, that we call Chimney Rock. And on the way up, you can see that there's these little indentations. These are small houses, and they were built somewhere, I think, between 1000 AD and maybe 1100 AD. And you wonder who was walking this trail. And we're, I think, at about 8,000 feet elevation. So a little makes you breathe a little bit hard. But I'll check in with you when we get the house. On our way again here, you can see they've got these numbered. This was excavated first in, I think, the 20s. And the whole point of this walk is to show you how long certain foundations have lasted. 1,000 years, made out of stone. A lot of shale here. This is pretty funny. Read the sign. Do not go beyond this point. Yeah, I don't think so. You'd be dead. We started over here, came up this ridge, and now the Great House. The Great House should be just up over the top here. We're pretty close. More structures. They're all numbered. We have a little bit higher to go here, you see, before we get to the Great House, and you see Chimney Rock off there in the distance. So, see, it says I made it to the top, 7620, not 8,000. And here is Chimney Rock. And if you imagine back 1,000 years ago, this ledge here probably was where they did prayer and so forth, and they were looking at the sun and the moon both through these two rocks, which gave them some idea of what time of the year it was. And most of that was done from the Great House, which is just down below here, and we're going to be here in just a second. So some of these walls have been restored with little bits of mortar, but the original walls were basically just stacked stone like this. So there is a rolled stone foundation walls. And this has had no shoring, no additional work. It's really unbelievable, isn't it? That something could have lasted this long. You see it in many other parts of the world as well, where there were ancient civilizations dating back much older than this as well. This is Chimney Rock. Up between here, you can see the view, right between those two. And incredible views all the way around, 360 degrees. And I don't know what those little vents are with the little square holes. I don't know if it was vent, because you can see there's a fire pit down there. So you can see the walls are almost 3 feet thick. And you can see that there's been some restoration of the Great House here. So it's difficult to say when this mortar was put in. See the different colors of mortar, and then there's some that's red also. And I don't know if this is concrete or mostly mud. But as you get down deeper into the foundation walls, you can see a mixture of colors here. And this foundation wall on the ceremonial Great House is quite thick as well. You can see that there's a log there that was part of a horizontal crisscrossing beam system. And then the concrete and stone was also turned into sort of a beehive roof. And everybody entered from the top to get down in it. That little box in the bottom is a ventilation shaft, actually, and it's being fed from the outside right through this. Because if they didn't have that when they were burning fires and so forth during their ceremonies Of course, it would asphyxiate them with the smoke, you know. This stuff on the sides are probably storage of some kind. I don't know for sure. Maybe difficult to say. I don't think they were living quarters, but I think they were probably storage. This is the bigger one. Then there's a smaller one right next to it as well. These do look like these probably were some sort of living area. But here's another one down here. A little bit different build, a little smaller, so maybe it didn't need the crisscross and horizontal beams. Incredible views from here. They were called Skywatchers, the Chacaon people. So who knows, maybe they're watching for aliens. Traveling back down to the parking area. These rocks aren't too loose. It's not that bad. It's quite steep, though. It's a beautiful sight, really. Awe-inspiring. You can't really tell how steep it is, but we work our way around to that and then up. But the views, I mean, this little ridge, we're sitting up above everything. It's just cliffs on both sides, which means you stay on the trail for sure. It's very dry, a light breeze. They said it's about 84. They have a thermometer up there at the top, and with the breeze it's not that hot, but you can imagine some days during the summer where it gets 100 or so down here with no breeze. It's quite hot. A lot of scrub oak vegetation, some pinon trees, and a lot of pine. And very rocky soil. Wouldn't be the first place that you'd want to grow something. I think that's either a century plant or an agave over here, right there. Sagebrush, yeah, I think this is sage here. Yeah, you smell it. Oh yeah, that's potent. That's definitely sage. Smells neat. The wind's blowing it. Smells good. Here's another one of those little dwellings. This is dwelling number 12, apparently. Some scrub oak. High desert sort of landscaping. Looks like that's maybe a juniper. And is this pine or fir? Oh, I think it is pine. That's a beautiful pine. Great Christmas tree.